House Bill 2562 would make mixed martial arts competitions legal in West Virginia. The language is inserted into a bill regarding the State Athletic Commission. After contentious debate, the House passed the bill on February 4th. Now the measure is before the Senate Judiciary Committee. Clark Davis has this special report on this seemingly controversial sport.
Over 200 people train at Butch Hiles gym in downtown Charleston. It's where he teaches Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, mixed martial arts, a sport that's one of the most popular in the world and legal for competition in 48 out of 50 states. West Virginia is one of the two states that make mixed martial arts illegal, and that's why Hiles is involved in another kind of fight, a fight to get this legalized.
I know for a fact there's at least 19 gyms in West Virginia, so people are already training MMA. They're already doing it. We just can't do it here. We just can't compete here. We can train here. People are probably having, backyard fights for all we know. I mean, they're doing it, but it's not regulated like it needs to be.
Hiles contends that opposition for the sport comes from those who run events that stand to lose money like tough man contests. Others say the sport isn't safe, but Hiles says that argument comes from people who don't understand the sport.
It's an old, tired argument, and it's actually kind of annoying. Johns Hopkins did the most popular study, I think was in 2006, where they have proven all the recognized sports are more dangerous than MMA.
The 2006 study Hiles refers to says, quote, knockout rates are lower in MMA than in boxing. This suggests a reduced risk to traumatic brain injury in MMA competitions when compared to other events involving striking. The study also says that further research is necessary to continue to improve the safety of this developing new sport. According to Hiles, boxing has proven to be more dangerous than MMA since it was sanctioned in the United States by the Ultimate Fighting Championship, or UFC, in 2003. Steve Nathanson trains at the gym. At one time, he competed in this sport, but now he uses the training as a way of staying in shape. He's worked as an aerospace medicine and critical care specialist in the Air Force and an emergency physician and trauma doctor locally. He says there are far more dangerous things people could be doing.
Of course, there is some safety factor in a contact sport, but you have highly trained young men and women that are wanting to compete, not wanting to hurt each other, and are there with a referee that's standing there with them. So yes, there's the potential for injury, but with the other sports that we employ in this state and entertain in this state, it is probably the lowest level that I'll see.
He says he's seen more injuries from those riding ATVs. While Nathanson trains at the gym just to stay in shape, people like Wesley Lane, who works at a nearby chemical plant, trains for competitions that he takes part in all over the region, just not in his own state.
It kind of sucks because, I mean, you got some fans around here, not only you got to travel, but they don't really like traveling miles and miles to go watch it, so you really don't have a large backing. If we had it here in state, we wouldn't have to travel as much. We could set up our own fighters here and get a big fan base going here because, everybody here wants it.
Lane says the sport is nothing like it was in the early days.
The ones trying to keep it out of West Virginia, they keep going back to the early 90s and 80s when it first started. It was pretty brutal then, but they've got so many rules now. It's a little bit safer than boxing because you can continuously get up after you've been knocked down.
Another fighter at the gym, Omari Clark, has a unique perspective. A one-time California resident, he says it's unfair to fighters that the sport is illegal in West Virginia.
It is unfair, but let the cards fall where they fall. People are going to get hurt in everything they do, So if we're going to get hurt in something we're choosing to get in the ring and do, so be it.
Hiles says the impact that a sport like MMA could have on the state could be huge.
When there is an event, let's say just Tough Man, they sell out 2 nights at the Civic Center. They sell out 2 nights at Big Sandy Arena. Imagine if you brought in a high-quality pay-per-view UFC or a Strikeforce or any other high-quality event. People are going to come from all over the state to watch it.
Hiles says all the money is going elsewhere.
As fighters, we want to be able to compete in our own state and have fans. As it is now, we train, we watch it, we do everything there is to do with MMA. We just can't compete here. So what happens is we work our butt off, then we go down to Kentucky an hour away, or Ohio, or Pennsylvania, any close state, Virginia Beach we've been to, and that's where we fight.
Hiles says if the bill doesn't pass this year, he'll continue fighting and fighting for the sport to be made legal in West Virginia. For West Virginia Public Broadcasting, I'm Clark Davis in Charleston.